Welcome to the Calypso series, a production of the Grenada Cultural Foundation designed to educate and entertain as we reminisce on the creative musical geniuses of the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Let's take a journey down Calypso memory lane.
Oh God, oh carnival in trouble, brother man. Life is only God what could put a hand. We carnival almost on the last breath. Anything was done that could cause its death. I can remember long time ago, we held a festival, it wasn't so. People used to put worries on the shelf, come out masquerade and enjoy themselves. But now we carnival keep going down. Same thing in the country and in the town.
Finley Jeffrey, the scholar. It is my great pleasure to have this chat with you today for the Grenada Cultural Foundation GCF Calypso series. I just finished a wonderful interview with King Darius, and I feel honored and privileged to be interacting with you like this, because on a day-to-day basis, you're my boss. So you know I feel a little intimidated today. And in the office, I'm never intimidated. But you're here today as King Scholar, a Calypso bard, a champion. When we think about you, Scholar, we kind of hark back to what we hear our parents and grandparents talk about. The bards of yesterday, coming out of Calypso tents, coming out of the oil fields in Trinidad, coming out of struggle, and at nights, by torchlight, by masanto, with oil drums, beating out a rhythm and singing songs that go straight into your stomach. Scholar, where you get that from?
Well, thank you very much, Days. And I must say that this is the simplest question that anybody could ever ask me. I believe that this is in the blood. Mm-hmm. It is something that I've inherited. In fact, my father is one of the foremost proponents of what you call the Shotney Mass. He was one of the leading chanters, revolutionary Shotney in actual fact. And so since I was a boy, I used to watch him compose, see him compose, going through his paces, coming, doing his thing. So it is like I grew up with this whole thing. But I believe it is either a generational gift or a generational curse. Mm-hmm. One of the two. Because at first, when I was a young boy, I used to think it was a curse.
Because it was your life.
Because when people spoke, I didn't hear words, I heard songs. Wow. I was a little boy. I heard double and ton. I heard twisting words to do things. And I used to wonder, but how come nobody else is hearing that? Mm-hmm. You know? And when even teachers and so on will say things, ordinary things, innocent things, I'll twist it and get licked.
Your creative mind.
But is the creative mind
so
going?
That gift never left you alone. It's always spinning and twisting and turning in your head.
Exactly. And then I have a brother, older brother, Chantwell, Shotney, composed a lot. Zidel, they did my daughter, they did Let We Sing, Happy Birthday. People believe that I wrote this song, but I didn't.
Who did?
She did.
We're going to come back to
right?
Zidel.
She did, and she was 7 at that time.
Yeah.
So since that time, she had that knock. I have a niece. She's a doctor now. But since she was a tiny tot, she just had a knack for poetry. She just put things together. She rhymed everything.
So there is that creative fire and creative spirit in your Chantwell blood.
In there. Then don't forget Silom and Terra the Governor are my nephews. So it's just a long line of this thing.
So when did you, so you grew up in it, it's in your blood, it's what you did night and day, day and night. And Chantwell, I mean, everybody should know, but that's from Chantemel.
Chantwell is the leader of a Shotney band.
Yes.
Right? That composed this song and Lady Shotney's call and response.
Yeah.
So the Chantwell call and the rest of the band respond. I started off as a Chantwell as well.
Right.
I was 10 when I started as a Chantwell. In fact, they used to have pageant in Sorters and so on at Shotney. My father had bands at that time. And he had a monopoly on this.
Yeah.
Every year he would go to win.
Yes.
And who you think broke the monopoly? I did.
Okay.
And I was 10 when I broke his monopoly.
So you performed.
I with my band.
And you,
That time I had my own
and you
band.
competed against your father with your band at the age of 10. Wow.
That.
We heard a similar story with Darius and his brother Timpo, competing, lifting each other up, winning. That's an amazing story.
You understand? So that's what the Chantwell
Yes.
is. And I started off as a Chantwell at the age of 10. I led band, played for about 3 or so years until I realized Shotney could get you into trouble.
And you must stay out of trouble.
I must stay out of trouble. Shotney got me into one trouble. Living son now. Shotney got me into trouble. It was the most licks I ever got in school.
You got licks in school for playing Shotney. Tell us a little
Not
bit
for
about
playing
that.
Shotney. Those days, Shotney, Carnival was in February.
Yes.
We
That was
used
Uncle
to-
Gary days.
Gary days. So we used to go
Let's
practice.
call you old.
No. That was in just
70s,
started,
yes,
right? Just
right.
started
I was
with
a-
Bishop.
yes,
Bishop kind of time. That time a little boy, but
Yes,
but,
little boy,
but I played
yes.
Shotney already, right? And following Shotney and so on. And we had the little band. We were going and practice in the pasture, and in the night we coming down, we tramping and we chanting and so on. And somebody fell some stone on the school.
Oh.
And they said it was me and my band.
Were you in charge?
Honestly, it wasn't me.
Okay.
To this
And
day,
it was not your band.
it was not my band,
Right.
it was me. And up to this day, I can confirm because I have nothing really to hide. A long time had passed, but it wasn't me. But they told the principal at that time, and the principal was a fellow by the name of Mr. Marshall.
And Franklin Marshall.
Franklin
he
Marshall.
taught me at
So they
college.
told Mr. Marshall it was me. And so Mr. Marshall took me in and he gave me the first set of strap.
Right.
And he said he wanted to hear me admit. I could not admit.
Up to now.
And
Just
Mr.
yet.
Marshall told me as long as I don't admit it,
He will beat you.
So I got links for the whole day. Every hour he come back
Yes.
and he investigate and he interrogate and blows. And I wish in my heart I could have just tell Mr. Marshall, yes, it's me, but I couldn't.
But you could not.
So I take all the blows.
You
I'm
take
going
the
to get out 150.
Scholar,
something
you,
that day. So I knew then that I ain't gonna last like
so that you gravitated into. When did you first get onto the Calypso stage formally?
Just the other day, I thought something years ago, but I was writing at that time.
Right.
As a matter of fact, I wrote songs for a lot of juniors.
Yes.
Always staying in the back.
Right.
Though I'm a name call and so on as a little boy.
Okay.
Then when Specky came on, because incidentally, me and Specky was in the same school.
And Specky was 84.
85.
85,
Right.
yes.
So when Specky tried, I tried as well because they were Specky thing, Specky singing, let me do my thing. And so I tried, and that time was Blackwood's Calypso.
Right, that's, yeah.
Leader of the tent was Preen Mantis. Preen Mantis was my neighbor.
Right.
Make up my mind to be a politician, so I start to campaign for the election. I have no campaign promises. I want to fulfill my people's wishes. Reconciliation, that is what we need, and not lust for power, corruption and greed. Man, I'm tired here about Mr. Speaker, sir. And I don't know from our Prime Minister. Only when we recognize our leaders' contribution That is when we forward in to build a stronger nation. But now I hear you cry, oh Grenada, cry. I see the teardrops falling from your eye, and I wonder why, oh Grenada, why did they betray you and leave you up to die? Rename Progress Pack, so Eric Matthew Gary, for all the good things that he has done for we. Name something for Blaze, who helped to salvage Grenada after all the hopeless days of squandermania. But please don't forget, though they call in Bishop a scapegoat, I must live to see that name replace Points of Lindsay Port. Whoa. Do it.
And so I tape my little thing on my little cassette, give it to Praying Mantis, because that time they had audition. And Praying Mantis took the cassette, went away. And then, never forget it, a Friday, he passed, and he tell me, you make it, you know. Practicing starting Monday. Daisy, the whole weekend I was sick. I was sick, I started to boil down, I was studying that excited.
Right.
And I dress up a bit, since all the Olympic practice was 8 o'clock.
In the morning?
In the evening.
In the evening.
Right? But I would go with Mantis anyway, so I waiting on Mantis to come. And since about 3, I bathed.
And you're waiting.
And
so all that Shantwell.
I wait. The
Shantwell gone.
Expectation, and then Mantis come and me blow. And Mantis face long as a cutlass. Watch me, and he tell me by, you know, the men say, it's only 10 men they want in the tent, and use number 11.
Wow.
So better luck next time than make it.
So that was some disappointment.
That was hip hop, and that was 1985. And
that's the spec he gave us. When the white man come down for carnival.
And you have to listen to Mantis' words, Miss number 11. So if Miss number 11, I mean, I ain't good.
Absolutely.
So I had a little notebook with those days. I used to write me little thing in a little notebook. I go under the cocoa with me little kerosene, I pour on it, a cash notebook.
Because they ain't good.
And I said, never me again in Calypso.
Wow.
I done with this thing. And then up came, time passed, I go in backing up Specky, I like Specky, I used to go in thing, I like Weezer, I go in March Gras, doing everything. And then 1993 came, and they brought Independence Calypso for our competition. So they said, submit song for independence. So I wrote a little song, and I stayed back in school. That time I started teaching. I recorded the song in a little tape, with a cassette again. And contemplating, but should I send that, should I not send that? I said, let me send it. So I didn't want to put my name on the cassette, because
just in case you have to blow it up in flames again.
Not just that, I want nobody know it's
no, it's you, because you're right.
So when I look around, the notebook that I had this song written on was a notebook, a scholar notebook. That was the brand of the notebook. So I write that on the cassette. Absent-mindedly, I just write that, and I give a partner of mine the cassette to bring it down for me. I forget about this thing, you know, totally. Forget, because I tell myself, I ain't making it. I just do a thing. And about 2 weeks after, they call me finalist. And Scholar called, and me don't know who. I don't know who is that, you know.
Scholar, let's recap that. The name Scholar is a household name in Calypso.
Right.
The name Scholar is iconic. You produce some songs that go deep in the belly, that wrenches at our guts, that causes us sometimes to get vexed with you because we mightn't always like your lyrics. And you're telling us today that the name Scholar came about incidentally. And here, having known you for all of these years, I've always thought that because you're a teacher, you're in academics, that is how the name came about.
Yeah, well, they know the truth now.
Scholar. So it came about because you really was wondering, should I put myself, my name out there? And what if I'm placed number 11 again and don't make the cut? But you made the cut. What was that song that year?
It was a song for independence called Sad Memories. I can't remember the independence. Those days we used to have to sing 2 songs.
Right.
So it was a song. It was a song about when the stone fell on the bus.
Yes.
Right. It was a song about that and some other thing. And but you know the guy who brought he remembered that
Right.
that he registered me. He remembered that was in it. He told me I made it. He remembered.
2 weeks later.
Yeah.
Right. And the rest is history of
The rest is history.
Right.
And I went into that competition, and first time ever on stage, bang, I win crown.
Do you remember it enough to give us a line or two?
I can't remember that song.
That's
Honestly,
yes.
I can't remember that
I
song.
would expect that.
But I think that song too. You see, my inception into Calypso was not smooth. It was rocky.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because even then, when I won the crown,
His life was like an open book, the pages old and worn. And it reached out to touch the lives of babies yet unborn. A shining light when all seemed dark, the hope for years to come. And then they killed the hope, they gunned it down. Right down, he was a martyr, a hero, nothing less, nothing more. A cause strong enough to die for, a will so tough was enough to win the war. And so he lived and died this little story, and gained a place, a special spot in history. But don't you know, a hero do not have to work in obscurity, and his worthwhile.
Tell us a little about that controversy.
Because then they said that in order to sing, you had to be a member of the Calypso Association.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I don't have a Calypso Association. I just do a thing. I win the crown, and Bobla and them fellas who are caught the tail, they think petition to take the crown. Bobla came second that year.
Right.
So you don't get the crown, Bobla. Bobla take the crown.
Right.
And they make the petition. The petition was called, and the petition actually was upheld. And Glenn Noel,
Right.
who was in the Calypso Association at the time, stepped forward and he said, never.
I
You
remember
are
that.
dead body.
Mm-hmm.
If that happened, you resign from this thing, you no longer. Leave the man with the crown. The man with the crown fair and square.
Calypso is always surrounded by
Controversy.
controversy. And in all the years that you've been in it, it's always been surrounded by controversy. Tell us about that. Tell us about your feeling about that as a veteran Calypsonian.
Well, that is the whole thing. I stepped into Calypso. So let me just take you forward.
Mm-hmm.
So after 1993,
Ajamo.
right? No, after
Okay.
1993,
Mm-hmm.
then I didn't have to audition.
Because you won.
Yeah.
So you automatically went into Calypso.
Automatically, everybody want me to sing.
Yes.
That was the year some voices prefer to go to it.
Right.
And I stepped right into controversy. 1990, it was not like if I carried controversy with me. 1993 is the only year in the history of Calypso in Grenada that the first year, not the only, the first year, that foreign judges judged.
They were brought from Trinidad.
Yeah.
Because we had a bag to come up against.
No, because there was controversy
But
that
about
year.
judging, yes.
Because they said Wizard, they were planning to be Wizard the Crown. Specky said you participating because of this. Because everybody felt then that in that semi-final thing that I won.
Right.
But somehow or the other, Wizard won the semi-final. Right? And so it was a big thing. And who said they don't think in Grenadian judges say they don't judge in, they're afraid to judge.
I remember,
and they brought
yes.
in foreign judges.
Right.
So controversies always. And then you talk about the pecan and so on between controversy between Calypsonians. And the truth be told, Ajamo is always seem to be at the center
Yes.
of controversy. So you are Ajamo and Wizard. You are Ajamo and Squeezy. You are Ajamo and me.
Yes.
But the name that is consistent all the time.
Ajamo. because Ajamo at the time was reigning monarch.
Jam was the boss.
Jamo was the boss. And I can just tell you a little anecdote. That was a period in my life when I started actually going to the Mashra. Previous, I would listen to the Mashra on the radio with my mom at home. So I'm going to the Mashra. I'm from St. David, so you know who I'm supporting.
Okay.
So when I first heard about you, I loved you because I loved your songs. But when you got into the Mashra and you started coming up against my King Ajamo, I didn't like Scholar at all. So going to the state, going to Queen's Park, and you find yourself in the crowd and you're next to somebody from St. Patrick and it's Bacchanal going on, and a show going on stage, and in the crowd we having Bacchanal because you have Jamo supporters and Scholar. But somehow that seemed to have fueled, the Calypso. Somehow that seemed to have fueled the public's participation and interest in the Calypso, despite I'm certain it might have been difficult for you. What do you think about that? What's your thoughts on that?
I believe, and I'll be honest with you, that this competition thing and the controversy and all this thing is like a double-edged sword.
Yes.
It fuels people
fans.
in Grenada, the fans and so on, they love competition. Just as our fans like election. And once you are a man going against man and somebody had to win and somebody had to lose, Grenadians tend to like that.
Yes.
Right?
We just get bad.
And we just pick which side and we just bad for it. That's when Grenadians will be really cross and so on with each other. But if you think about Calypso, and it's not just from Grenada, but generally, Calypso has suffered because of competition.
Right.
It's the only art form that you compete. I mean, you think about it.
And there's no other space to just perform and to interact with your colleagues and to share and to learn. It's always about the competition and the performance.
And therefore, I submit that this is why Calypso has not gone as far as it probably could have, right? If there was no competition and men just singing songs, men would sing better songs because your eyes not on this competition thing. The public would appreciate everybody for who they are. You know the amount of songs, for example, that could have been hit songs, and I'm not talking just Calypso, but soca, anything, could have been hit songs. In fact, started out as hit songs. When in the competition, you know everybody can compete. Men judging men, judges does team, judges does play the fool, men does sing. And songs get blown, they don't come nothing, and the songs die.
Yeah, and they're good songs.
Good.
They're meaningful songs.
Potential songs that could have made it far.
Yeah.
They die.
So you've just touched onto a theme, not even a topic, a theme that perhaps the Ministry of Culture, Cultural Foundation certainly, should perhaps hold a symposium on to determine how can we create a space for Calypso and Calypsonians outside of competition.
And that will be excellent, although this thing is so ingrained now that it will be very, very difficult.
But perhaps for the young ones coming up,
probably.
we can do better.
New generation that don't know nothing about this thing, but as it is now, and I think that's where Trinidad and Barbados are going.
Right.
You see, right now, they also come on and something. Barbados, outlaw, Trinidad, outlaw, because they understand.
The controversy is not good for the art.
And they understand that in order to give music a chance.
And its rightful place, yes.
Take it out of a competition.
Absolutely. So you sang Voices. I mean, give us a line in Voices. We've heard you so many times, but sing for me now, PS. Sing for me.
From where
Boy
came on what caused its strange beginnings, I am yet to learn. Like an angry giant when tormented, it only becomes more strong. I tell myself not to worry, baby, one day it will go away. But to no avail, it's all in vain. It just becomes worse each day. Am I
being severely punished by a phenomenon so strange? Are the tricks of my imagination, or am I mentally deranged? For I can hear these voices from deep inside me, welling from a source unknown. And despite the language barriers, I still seem to understand. Voices, I keep hearing all those. I keep hearing all those. crying out of the wilderness. Oh yes, voices. I keep hearing
Voices, whoa, voices crying out in the wilderness.
Oh yes.
Voices.
You know, and this song actually is the song that I've done the most.
Yes.
In other words, I have added, subtracted, done stuff with that song to suit all kind of people.
That song has taken you across the region, across the globe. When I think about that song, I think about singing Sandra's Children of the Ghetto.
Definitely. Yeah.
When I think about voices, and you notice I'm getting goosebumps every time I hear you sing voices.
Voices was before voices.
Before Voices in the Ghetto, yes. So tell us about where that song has taken you in your exploits as a Calypsonian.
Well, plenty people still submit that this is the best song.
There is something about it.
that I have sung. I don't submit to that.
I've heard you say that.
Honestly. For me, my best song is Legacy. That's for me. But I admit that Voices is probably the people's song. That's the song, and probably because of that, that I have twisted it down. For instance, I went to Caracas over the weekend. We had a show in Caracas. And when I gauged the crowd and so on, I took the same voices that I was singing. And the little girl that they killed.
Yeah, Esther. Esther, may her soul rest in peace.
Jam a voice, I make mistake as well. But the people, I mean, people cry, people thing, and it was from with the same voice.
So it's a song that's relevant to the times, no matter what the times are and the situation. It's evocative. You're wondering why we love it. It's evocative. It stirs you deep into your consciousness, deep in your belly, literally. And another song in yours that I love, we're not at that period yet, is They Have Their Belly.
Yeah, well, that is probably was my most popular song.
And that was a crossover kind of a song because we loved you in the Calypso genre. And that year, you seem to have successfully just swayed into
The Other Belly
soca.
The Other Belly of a story.
Tell us that story.
And you know all the songs of that story.
Yes.
The Other Belly of a story. You know? So I went to Trinidad by Leston Paul to record a song called Montserrat. And I started singing Montserrat for Leston Paul to do and Leston Paul stopped and he told me, you know, man, you can't sing soca, man.
Right.
So I don't really bother about this thing. Because the truth be told, I never cared about soca. Because in 1994, which was the second year I came out, I sang a soca. I entered in Soca Monarch, made the Soca Monarch finals, and I come on before the last.
Oh, Lord.
Right?
So your career has spun the heights and the depths.
Exactly.
Yes.
So from that time I afraid soca because the only person I didn't beat that night was Super Terry. Super Terry, I beat Super Terry by 1 bite.
Right. So you were
Praise God, Super Terry.
you were at the bottom of the heap.
If I tell you, Persuader beat me that night.
So Persuader and Super Terry beat you.
Teacher Eddie. Well, I tell you.
Gonna
Teacher
play
Eddie beat me that night in Soca Monarch.
Right.
So, I mean, I singing that night in the Soca Monarch and I singing thing and I watching fellas below right below the stage and I mean, that was the year who won it. He had controversy that
Yeah,
year.
every year, but
Right.
yes.
I watching fellas with that and I mean, man, come on.
Yeah.
When you out, I'm watching them, man. So, quick. By the time 4 minutes, I done. Because I realized they're not for me. So I never wanted to sing soca, really. Unless stand there, man, sing something faster, man. See, boss said, listen to me. I'm going to New York for 2 days. I have a room next to you. When I come back,
I want to talk.
And a day I fight up, and I decide, I don't know what it is. I come up with this stupidness. I felt then that it was stupid.
Yes.
And I say, hey, you want soca?
Give him soca. Soca you want?
Punish him. And I sing me thing, the man day, jamming thing, he put his brass, he thing, and the man record the soca. and he sent the song for me. I hear the song, I say, me, who's telling less time they putting all that shit in it? And I held the hardy belly for about 2 weeks. I listened to it in car, I listened to it on myself, and more I listened to it, more I hit it. And there was a guy from Chantimel by the name of Fished. Fished heard the song playing in a car. He said, what? Look at that bad song? You are singing that? He fight with me for the cassette. He took the cassette and brought it to the radio station. The rest is history.
So you had no confidence in the song. So let me tell you something about the Have the Belly. So that year, I decided I was not going to be Nashville. I was unwell. But it wasn't an easy decision because every year the one thing I did was go to the Nashville. And I'm home and it's coming on to dusk. Vehicles are passing, truckloads, busloads, vanloads of persons going down to Queen's Park. It was the stadium of Queen's Park at the time. Simone. And they're singing, they had a belly. And as the trucks and the vehicles driving along, you're hearing fellas singing out, they had a belly. And I'm there and I'm saying, no boy, I have to go. I drunk or sober, sick or well, I have to go. So I found myself in Simone. That was a big year for the Have the Belly. Yeah, it was.
That song surprised me, and it told me there and then that as an artist, you don't sing songs for yourself.
And you take risks. And sometimes come out of the space that you're comfortable in.
Sometimes the songs that you tell yourself, vuva.
Yes.
Those are the ones that people like.
And that's the rule of thumb for creatives. Think about your audience. Sing to them. Not always what you like.
Tell them, oh, they say it's censorship, they putting in with tail, and men like me and this year go take a jail, but I ain't afraid powder when I play in mass, this year when I sing in me song a pepper in it, they had it belly, really, they had it belly, they had it belly. So when Carnival come, is we ruling the show. And if they cannot take the jam, then all the so and so. They had a belly, they had a belly. We didn't say they had a belly. They just jump in. They had a belly. I find they had a belly. I find they had a belly. When they do the wrong things, the country pay the price. But they want me to use me tongue and sing grenade and nice. But tell them I am here to help the country out. And to stop me, they had to put a handcuff on me mouth. They had a belly. They really had a belly. They really had a belly. They had a belly. They took both. They had a belly. They had a belly. More pressure. Get this. When Uncle Gary pass on to the great beyond, I feel so ashamed to see how we politicians get on. But now everybody know they dirty secret. Grenadian politicians, they too bloody hypocrite. They had a belly. When Gary was alive, oh God, Gary was blind, but he was man. Now we dead, working class champion, father of the nation, all you people.
But you seem scholar. We're going to go back to your style because you have a kind of a ballad style, then you crossed over into soca, you segued into soca. So you seem to have that crossover style. But in terms of your songs and your compositions, where do you get all of your inspirations?
Lizzie, I would love to tell you that, sometimes I walk and a thing hit me, or I lie down and I get up in the morning and the thing just there, or I see somebody doing that and this, I can't tell you that.
So you're always with your notebook and your pen, you're always with, but I know you have a phenomenal memory.
No, no,
I
no.
know you have the memory of an elephant.
No. So the answer, which is the truth, is I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. It just sometimes, I don't know, I just don't know.
But-
This probably is God's gift.
Well, it is, as you,
Right?
yeah.
So I cannot explain to you, and maybe if you had asked, I don't know if you asked Darius that, and Darius make up something for you. But if he did, it'll make up.
Yes.
If he tell you something. We as creatives, we do not understand.
Stand.
It
And
just,
it's always churning.
it's just
It's a noise
That's
inside
what
your
I
body.
do. I
Yes.
can listen to you. I mean, I also sit down sometimes, I sit down in meeting, I listen to men speak, and I kill myself laughing, and they wonder what I'm laughing, and then men say, but I'm not listening to what they say. Because I'm hearing, twisting it. There was one time we had a thing for PSCs in Caribbean. PS Andal was sitting close to me. And every time, so Prime Minister Kit Mitchell at that time,
Yeah.
address him. And almost every sentence he said, I
You
tell
could twist it.
yes, and I tell him, you know that, you know, he laugh and say, but you know, that man, I have to be careful and they say now. Everything that they say, it's just, it just happens. I don't know where it comes from, honestly. So it makes no sense.
So your style, ballad style, you agree with that?
No.
Tell
don't
us.
know that.
Tell us about your style.
Many people, right, have tried to
Pigeonhole you.
right, and lock me down to something,
Yes.
right? Truth be told, if you go through my repertoire and over the years, I have dabbled in every sort of thing. I sing groove. In fact, I win groove very. I come third, second in groove 3 times. Don't forget that.
Yes.
I lose 2 groove crown by 1 point.
Right.
Right? I sing power soca.
Yes.
In fact, there are a lot of young contemporary fellas who sing power soca that I write.
Great. Wonderful.
Yeah, there's some else Boise and them people don't know. Because I listen to a wide cross section thing. I don't try to narrow down the show. I sing song about Kit Mitchell and NNP and NDC and politics. I sing songs about the world thing and vices and so on. I sing songs of what people will say inspiration and whatnot, like I don't want to know Wings to Fly.
Yes. Wings to Fly is another one of your great hits.
You understand? So I don't limit myself, and I don't think that I have what you call it ballad.
Ballad.
Nah,
Yes.
you know, I don't
So
think that.
what's a tune for us? Wings to Fly. A little thing. Wings to Fly.
Last year after the dust had simmered, the voices glowed and glimmered. They clipped my wings. They clipped my wings. You would swear they just won the lotto, because there was a joyful echo. They clipped my wings. They clipped my wings. He can't return, at last he's done. And next one just like the dog. That old disease brought to his knee, no longer to torment us. But in the midst of my affliction, there is one thing I know for certain. They could clip my wings, but I will never stay down. They're wrong. I don't have no wings.
Not I will soar up there among all the greats who champion the poor man's cry. When people say please don't abandon us, that's when I am in full flight. So I will rise high above the pit they have been digging. So don't expect me to fall in. High above the malice and the spite, this voice will echo on through the night. And tell them to consider it carefully. They can't afford to sell out all we patrimony. As at the rate they want to sell between me and you, they might just sell out the people too. I will rise and wouldn't break. Won't sell out, won't shake. Don't make a mistake, I will. Don't care how they try. Won't lie down, won't die. Cause I don't need no wings. Stadium. Ay, 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 ay. They could not contain their happiness. Plan executed, mission accomplished. To claim my way. Claim my way. 7 titles, that was a mistake. That is whenever again to make it. Claim my way. Claim my way. Now they cut me down and trim my comb. All their sins will go unchecked. While they squeeze and squash the middle class, no one will breathe down their neck. No more wings, no more opposition. So they could tax us into oblivion. Cause they know that no Calypsonian wouldn't make a song. But they're wrong.
No wings to fly.
Not fly. Anytime they come with a song.
Oh, champion the foreman flight.
I don't need no wings to fly.
Not tired. And when people say, please don't abandon us, it's when I am in full flight. More I will rise. High above the pit, they have been beginning to rise. You better not expect me to fall in to rise. High above the malice and the spite. His voice will echo on through the night. I won't give you more.
I don't want no more because I don't have no wings to fly. Wonderful scholar. Scholar, you've talked about so much and you touched on so many themes. I almost don't know where to go because there's so much I want to ask you about. You've talked about mentoring other Calypsonians. You've talked about being mentored yourself. Leston Paul and other persons in Trinidad. How important is that? Sometimes as fans and as a public, we say, don't bother with him, he doesn't write his own songs. And he is a Jamu that sing for that one, or is this person right for that one? And for me, as a theater practitioner, I understand that a practitioner cannot be everything. Because to succeed in the industry, you need so many other people. Tell us about this concept of mentoring, of helping, of supporting, and being supported in the art form.
Very important. And sometimes people mentor you and they don't know what they're doing. And so, from my groundings, and Preen Mantis was very inspirational. Preen Mantis was my neighbor. So, everything that Preen Mantis dished up, I mean, I took it up like a sponge.
Yeah.
You know? And Preen Mantis, every time I saw myself sing, I saw that I wanted to be like Preen Mantis. Right? But besides that, I started singing Calypso, started writing Calypso at some point in time. But the truth be told, I have always been a student of Calypso.
Awesome.
Calypso is something that I love. You know, I cannot go in the stadium and sit down to watch a reggae show. I just don't like that.
Right. It's not your thing.
It's not my thing. But I will sit down and watch Calypso patiently, and everybody's looking at you and sleep.
Right. It's in your blood.
It's something that hit me. And I remember as a little boy, we listening to the March Guy and Antigua, St. Lucia. I grew up doing
On radio.
On radio.
Radio was so valuable.
Putting up the umbrella on,
Yes.
on
the roof.
roof. Roof on mango tree. When the mango tree
Right.
so parting of the so you could pull station. And we pull in all kind of wind.
And everybody around the one radio or TV,
but
glued.
not just everybody around. Everybody joined in.
Yes, that's true.
We judge, you know,
My mother was the biggest judge, you know.
yeah, we paper, judge, you see what a man doing.
But you're judging and saying what they should and should not do.
Down the road. So I've always been that student of Calypso. So from that early age, I took mentoring, even though it was not purposely
Yeah.
done. But I took that, right? And that is important. But I also understand that sometimes people need the hand holding.
Yes.
Sometimes you make missteps.
Yes.
I do a lot of stupidness already in Calypso. Yeah, come with a win already and I go on and win them.
Yes.
With stupidness thing because I didn't have any guide, anybody to guide me. And so it is those mentorings, those little things. You know, the very first time that I ever sang, I won the crown. And afterwards, I went to record the song. Brian Ross did the song for me. And he took me up to a Jamo studio to record the song.
So you hear that? He took him up to a Jamo studio.
That
Right.
was the first time I ever met
Yes.
Jamo in person.
In person, outside of, yes.
On stage.
You're right.
And he and Brian Ross, they put on the tracks to the song. And then they mentioned me going to put on one sing. And they put on the music. And I started to belch go down the road. One verse. And by then the second verse and I reached the middle of the music stop. So I tell myself, well, I do something wrong. And I see them watching me from into the booth gate. Then I Jamo, he called me. And I went out. He watched me from here to feet. See, youth man, you're bad.
Wow.
You will win a lot of crown here. He prophesied.
That's amazing.
That was 1993.
A Jamo,
He
who
prophesied.
over the years was your rival. The rivalry was always hard.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe after a time he will be vexing.
He prophesied, yes.
But he prophesied that, and me for myself thinking to myself, well, why would a man right?
Scholar, sometimes as if, how much crown you win in Grenada?
10.
Sometimes as a
10.
public, we
Calypso.
say, but how much crown Scholar want to win?
Yeah. I went 10
10 Calypso.
One soca, 2 independent.
And you've lost some along the way.
Well, I also came second 10 times.
10 times. Wow. That's incredible. 110, came second 10 times, that's 20. And along the way, you've done other things with other. That's important. That's, yes.
By 1.4 times.
Yes.
So you understand? So I've always been there. And at Jamu that time, well, let me come back to the story. So then we took to speaking and so on. And he explained to me how he uses mic technique.
Wow.
And he said to me, anytime you're singing, make sure that you can feel the edge of the mic on your chin.
On your chin.
That's when you're
That's how you connect.
your mic
Yeah.
in the proper position. Never forgotten that.
Wow.
I've always used that. So you see, mentorship comes in different forms and different fashions.
Yeah.
People will just tell you things. In Inspector, for example, the year Inspector between 1993
Specky beat you. Yes.
And I'm advising them. Specky beat me in 1993. That year, everybody thought I should have won it,
Yes.
but that was my first year. And I believe it was the best thing in hindsight that would have happened to me.
So that you had to go back
I had to go back.
and recalibrate, yes.
Because then I would have felt to myself, it's so easy.
Yeah.
First time I come up, tell this big man and them, what?
And then Specky licks you.
Right? He beat me.
Good humbling moment.
Good humbling moment. And then Specky
Yes.
said to me words that I never forgotten about it.
Right.
He said to me, boss, you know why you lose, right? See now. He said, you must always try to have a surprise boss for the night. That's why I do it all the time. Sometimes it said kill me, sometimes it lifts me up. Sometimes I do a new song, new voice, new to that's
For the entire, that's one of the things we've seen about you. There are times you've come on stage and you've said, I've just composed this backstage. Or you've added, and we've come to look for that from you.
that's
And most of the time we see it, we think it's flawless.
right. It's not, it's usually not. And that's where it stemmed from. That's the genesis of
From Specky giving you that bit of it. That's amazing. That's wonderful. So I know who to come to, where to go when I'm ready to do my own Calypso journey. Because as you see, I can sing. Scholar, you have, I would call it a Calypso dynasty in your family. Because we all know the incomparable Zadel. She burst on the scene in Grenada about 20 years ago, sang a song for independence, and it became almost an official, or I would call it the official independence song of that year. And still, even this year, when it was independence, and you're hearing that song, it sounded as fresh as today. So you have Zadel. You have Philandi, who is stunner. I know your wife, Diane. She does amazing backup vocals for you. Tell us about that dynasty.
Well,
And if you've not thought about it like that before, it is a dynasty.
I never thought of it as a dynasty.
Yes, the Scholar Calypso dynasty.
So yeah, Dan did some background. That time I didn't even know Dan was down in background.
Right. She was a tear.
Actually, now when I go back, sometimes when I review all Calypso and so on, I seen Dan behind Squeezy.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
In a way, you know, the first time she told me, I don't, you know, I said, I don't.
She has a beautiful voice.
When I went back, you know, and she, if you know, she grew up with theater,
Yes.
with
And Peters, Francis Juarez, yes.
She have the thing in the blood. And then, of course, you have Zadel. Zadel is the one who took that thing cleaning at an early age.
Yeah.
You know, the independent song started as a project.
But she was only 7.
She was only
Yes.
7. And it started as a project. The teacher gave them a project to do for independence. And she came to me and said, the teacher said, you have to write a calypso. So I said to her, because since that time I know she used to do, she couldn't look at you it.
Right.
So I said, do something and show me. And she do the first verse I watch it and say, you have a melody. She starts singing. The only thing she didn't have properly was the let me sing. She had it in a funny kind of way. So I kind of structured that for her. I'd say, okay, we're good.
And that's the part that really hooks into the Canadian patriot and our psyche, yeah.
And I said, give me a second verse.
Yeah.
And she gave me a second verse. I cross out two little thing, take out that two little thing. And I said, all right, you go give me a third
And that's
verse.
just for a school project.
And that was our first school project.
Yeah.
She sang it in the school, rousing round of applause. And then she out of the blue, she told me she want to record it. I went by Denzel with Paul Thomas. Paul Thomas listened, he said, but you can't keep that song to yourself. We recorded the song and that was it. The rest is history. And I expect Israel to continue on that trajectory until maybe a year or so later, she baptized in church.
So she's singing at church now.
So she sang in church for a long time. She baptized. There was one time I wonder if I was in America and then she called me and she told me she got baptized out of the clothes. I say, well, she said, well, you fast for one thing, she said, they there tonight, she there tonight. She don't know what she's doing.
Right. So I've gone through that as a teenager in the evangelical churches. Yes.
She can't take the chance.
Yes, yes.
But she was always on that trajectory waiting to bust.
Yes. Yeah.
She gone, she baptized. And then, I mean, after she became thing, so for the last, 6, 7 years, 5, 6 years, she has been doing background vocals, setting up.
Right.
She does all my background vocals and all my calypsos
Right.
for the last 5, 6, 7 years, singing 10. So slowly she coming back, grace by grace. As a matter of fact, 3 independence ago, she actually entered a song for the independence competition. And on the cassette, they judge it, and she come first in the preliminaries.
Okay.
And when to go now to the final, she chicken out.
She baptized.
Yeah, she said, nah, she afraid she ain't going. And so
Love me sing, happy birthday, sweet Grenada. Love me sing, happy birthday, sweet Grenada. Love me sing, happy birthday, sweet Grenada. Love me sing, happy birthday, sweet Grenada.
Scholar controversy. You just mentioned the church and baptism and so. And you know, presently in our society, there is this ongoing, sadly, I would say, ongoing controversy in the Catholic Church with Father Gerald Paul seeming to want to challenge the authority of the bishop. And some people have said, you know, Scholar and Father Gerald Paul look similar. And we know you have the Shantwell spirit. What's your thoughts on that? I mean, I'm certainly going to see a lot of calypsos about that in our carnival this year. What's your thoughts on what's happening?
Well, my thoughts on Father Gerald Paul and the ongoing saga is I've not been totally silent on it. I am a man, I believe that I came from a line of slaves that used to burn the plantation and kill master dog and do all kind of random things and so on. I came from a line of slaves that master feared.
Right.
My father, so see, I knows that he ain't put him out in back to everything. So he like Father Gerald Paul over, he like Father Gerald Paul. Once people speak up for the truth and what they believe in, and basically, if Father Gerald Paul was a Calypsonian, he would have sung like me.
Yeah.
And if I was a priest, I might have been taken on the bishop.
Just like Father Paul.
Yeah, Father Gerald Paul. Well, I mean that's just what I know. I don't put my mouth in bag, and once I see things as being unjust or things that once I have that conviction that what I'm saying is standing up for truth and rights and justice and so on, I embellish.
I mean, we've seen that in your Calypso career because over the years, we've seen you engage in some bruising fights. Sometimes we've stood with you, sometimes we said, Scholar, where are you going with that fight in the Calypso arena? And I agree with you. I'm a rebel. I've always said I could not have been a house slave because I burned plantations. But at the same time, we were looking at what's happening in the society, looking at seemingly the bishop, the head of the church, being challenged by a priest. And we're wondering, should there be some order? Should there be some respect to the hierarchy, to the institution that you're a part of? In your professional career, you're a permanent secretary. That's one of the highest official positions that anybody can hold in this country. And in your career, you supervise people. You have subordinates, but you also subordinate. So do you think that somewhere along the line, even in being a rebel, even in being that slave that's going to burn master's plantation and kill the dogs, in this context, in today's society, there is some call for a balance in how you go about it, or some sort of respect, or nod to authority? I know that's a hard one for you to.
That's not a hard one.
Okay.
At all. And because we are speaking about a religious issue, people tend to forget that Jesus Christ, the same Jesus Christ that Christianity is built upon. He was a rebel. He was crucified. He was crucified because he loved the people here and he loved the people there. He was crucified for the very same.
Because he challenged the
Very well.
statutes of the day.
Very well. So there are some times when you need to challenge the statute.
Right.
In order for change to take place. Apartheid, for example, all these things were laws. Somebody had to challenge them. I show when people challenge them, say, why? But that is the big man who challenge this. And it has always been like that in history. As a matter of fact, this mentality comes directly from slavery.
Yeah.
If we that's the mentality that the house slaves used to say to the field slaves,
Don't burn the plantation, it's where we're going to live.
Don't burn the plantation, you have to
Yes.
respect for the man, the white man in the big house. There is a hierarchy, and a man sit on top. How you could do this thing and so it's the same argument that they use. So I don't have to buy that.
So just to conclude on this though, from my own point of view, I think Jesus Christ was a rebel, but he wasn't an anarchist. But we're going to go on. It's part of the Calypso parcel because hopefully maybe we may see songs from you, Calypsos as well, coming out on this. Hopefully we'll see songs from you for the Calypso season on that. Scholar, your songs. There are many, they vary. Let's touch on a couple of the more popular ones. What's the song you love the most?
Legacy.
You love Legacy. Tell us why you love Legacy. Yes. Why?
Because it is a personal song. It's a song that speaks about my children anyway.
Your dynasty.
My dynasty.
Yes.
And the truth be told, it is almost prophetic in that the legacy came full circle. You know, there was a time, I think 3 years ago, I beat my son by 1 point. And everybody wanted my son to beat
Yes,
me.
we wanted him to beat your bad that year.
Not understanding that if indeed it had happened, it's the stars are like
yes,
it,
absolutely.
right?
Yes.
It's the legacy coming
Yeah.
through. And that's why I like that song.
Okay.
It's about my children, but it touches on more deeper issues.
So let's hear you sing a little bit about legacy, on legacy.
You know legacy, right?
If you start, I'll come along.
To him again. That night he lay in bed, they controlled his will, told him to kill. She's much better off dead. The woman lying beside him, the same woman he loved so. With an angry knife, he stopped her breath, so she would cheat no more. Then he killed them all. Their laughter, their joy, a future in tears, a family destroyed. Then came the shame, the anger and blame. The fruits of a womb, their lives are in dread. Their father's in jail, their mother is dead. Now the sun won't shine anymore, and the story touches me so and makes me scared. That is why I want to leave a legacy for my children. That is what I want to leave them, to face the world and its problems. Whoa, 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 whoa.
I can't sing it along with you. So that's legacy. You have Madman in Calypso.
Madman in Calypso is a song that I sang only once. One time, and one time alone.
You performed that song once.
Once alone. The year was 2008 or 9 or one of them places. I went into competition that time. I sang I Can't Defend You. And I always have show me something that I would say.
Right.
I went into the semi-finals with it. I knew I was going to change.
Right.
But what I was singing, I didn't know. And at that same time, Zingo interfered with people.
Yes.
And Zingo called me the name and say, I teach people to do what and what and what.
Controversy.
Madman one time. And I dress up. Now, Dini and all dress me up.
Came on stage with a little shiny ball in a bodysuit.
In a bodysuit.
And the stadium went wild.
The bodysuit, mind you, I got the bodysuit this Sunday. I buy that bodysuit by Charlie Mine. I figured why Charlie Mine pick up that thing. And that was it. And it was the first time I sang Blow Up the Place, never sang it again.
You want to give us a tune, Madman?
So I can't remember.
You can't remember, but yes.
What Madman was that about now?
We'll find it today. You are Madman in Calypso. I just remember the presentation.
I'll start listening we FM man and go far. Listening we FM morning. I in Jericho, of Jericho. Next thing I sing was and playing was a kind of fucking Biko. He accused the king of engaging in some illicit sexual act. And then he says, me and Neil Ferguson who teaching me go to do that. When I hear this song, boy, I take it on. I won't lie, it hit me real hard. Something dread fly up in me head. Gradually I start to get mad. So if you hear me spitting fire and acting like I have no behavior, it's mother want you to know. And if Mr. Zingo have me so.
That all was a bit of fun. The stadium went up that night. You have dancing with our feet. That's another mode, another kind.
That's another issue. Dancing without feet basically speaks to the plight of the Calypso. The disrespect that we go through. People do not understand
Yeah.
what happened. So we ply our trade, we fight up, and dancing without feet came about really because of something that happened that year. That year, from out of the blue, Cox was then the Minister of Culture. They decided to come up with a thing that Calypso was not to fee. What do you call that?
Appearance fee.
Not appearance,
Registration. Yes. Yes.
I am the one
Who's making
it, using
the carnival
to run the tent. You will give me a cent to run tent, to use that talent, and then I still have to come back and pay a registration fee. So I refused, right? And it was from there I decided, you see me, let me chronicle all of those pain and suffering that Calypsonians go through. So dancing with a feet, and to me, in terms of sheer poetry,
yes.
dancing with a feet is one of my best songs.
So we'd like to hear dancing with our
Let me
feet.
give you a piece before I big. I don't like how to do that song. But let me give you a story with dancing with a feet. I wrote dancing with a feet, and I went to the studio. And when I go to the studio, you'll see on me, the studio man, you see me. He started to tell me, "Man, go back and fix that song, that's not right." It is the song probably that has given me the most trouble, right?
So right.
It was the hardest song. Somehow, something just was not, it was not making the list. But praise God, I had been doing it. So I went back and forth without someone and that. And every time he sent me back, something was missing. And because I trust him, and somehow I felt it too.
That it wasn't just,
yes. Let me try to hear what you'll say. Until finally, when I came here, he was no.
Now you have a song.
Now we could play with jazz. Right? And that was it. Dancing with feet, dancing with feet.
You see, you have so many you can't
Yeah.
remember.
As the people's spokesman, the Calypsonian, a message in song, dancing every year we come, dancing for love of an art form. No force on this earth could I ever start us from, dancing every year we come, dancing through thick and through thin. No. But there are forces amputating us and the knees with weapons subtle and discreet. So though we dancing, we have no feet. So do not be fooled when we dance.
We dance. Yes, the chorus.
And when Shakariki pass, the trumpets of sorrow never blast. No African tell of Beige Jews. The church was filled with empty pews. And what Tangla did for Calypso, no fanfare preceded any show. No silent moment, nobody played his music. Oh, that's how I know we dancing without feet. We dancing without feet. Calypsonians are always
Dancing.
without feet.
I heard you perform that song at Spice Basket. I was at the back and I was moved to get up and stand on my feet. And it was, the song just brought out so much of the pain, the sorrow, the frustration, and yet the joys and the achievement of the Calypso. And, I just want to thank you on behalf of Grenada for your contribution to the art form across the years. Is there any other one of your songs that you'd like to zero in on?
Well, the truth be told, my biggest song, and people don't know, right? The biggest song that I've sung introduced is a song called Permission.
Permission to mash up the place. And
The thing about Permission, I sang that song in 1996. Ironically, when I sang Permission in 1996, Glenn Noel, take my song. After I say I was not doing back in Supermona, take my Permission in Granby in 1996 and put it up to George Supermona. That time they used to George Supermona in Castle.
yes.
And make it time out.
Right.
I said, I go in after that I'm slow, rather than take. And Randy I have to come.
That year.
Yeah, 619.
No, 619 for me. I probably.
So a song.
Yes.
Right? But Permission is the song that has won me the most acclaim. As a matter of fact, people used to hear Permission, but didn't know what it was. They thought it was a Trinidadian, right? Bajans up to now believe it's a Trinidadian.
It's a big, right. Okay.
And Permission Granted is a song that when the new millennium came, they had an award thing for the top 10 dancehall songs of the decade of the 90s. There were 3 super in the top 10. Permission, one by Super Blue, and one by Beckett. And all the rest were Shabarangs and
I love Permission, but I have to go home and listen to it with new respect. You're saying to us that in a regional sort of a judging, Permission was number 3.
Yeah.
You have permission to mash up the place. There we go.
If Permission was like now, Permission would have made a film a shot top 3 and then
That kind of a thing. So let's go. You have permission, mash up the place now.
Children, are you ready to
Boy.
Children, are you ready to
Get on bad.
If you're ready for the say, you could never play, you didn't know. The music come to give you a sign. From the time you're learning, the fet and the bassline from his back on all the time. Swing with the bass.
Oh yeah.
Wind up your waist, move with the pace, mash up the place, yeah. You have permission to turn the place upside down. You have permission to swing the waist round and round. You have permission to mash up the dance all flat. You have permission to party until you drop. Do you want it? Do you want it? Do you want it? Yes, indeed. Permission granted. You have permission to turn the place upside down. You have permission to spin the waist round and round. You have permission to mash up the dance all flat. You have permission to party until you drop. Permission to wheel and turn. Permission to roll along the ground. Permission to back so. To free up yourself and to let go. Oh,
Scholar, we could spend the whole day and we still would not do justice. There's one question I wanted to ask you, and maybe I should have asked it earlier. We have not as a public, I've heard many people say, I love Scholar's songs, but there are sometimes when he sings a song and it sticks in my craw. You've been sometimes what we call raw, and you alluded to your spirit and so before, where you would drop it hard. We know that in a lot of the times over the years, your political commentary has been really tough. Tell us what you think about how we feel about that.
This really actually, as a matter of fact, I've always said that if I was to do job, and like me,
He has, I mean, that gentleman, a lot of grace. And I have seen him in the stadium at the match drop,
Nice.
having a good time.
I used to stop come after that.
Well, after a while, yes, he couldn't take it. What scholar?
Right?
That was a lot for one man. Mm-hmm.
Should be true. You see, Daisy, I am one. I remember I told you that I'm a student of.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So the history of Calypso is well documented and is well known.
Mm-hmm.
I understand it. Now, the evolution of Calypso is something that is unavoidable.
Yeah.
So when people sing what they used to call nation building and songs of inspiration, no problem.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, nice little songs. Yes, we respect
It's God.
them. Mm-hmm.
But at its foundation, Calypso is protest music.
Yes, and it's about what's happening and burning in the society at the time.
Yeah. And Calypso came from the foundation, worked its way up through the chantwell, the griot, and so on. And in those days, Massa was born.
Right.
Massa was replaced by the politicians and so on. And so it continued. And so I am not against a Calypsonian if he doesn't want to sing.
The
Calypso,
protest kind of calypso.
protest
Mm-hmm.
I'm not against it. But
So you get in our faces.
but you can't be against it
Right.
for being true
Mm-hmm.
to the foundation of Calypso. That's hypocrisy. You can't be, right? When I am true and there are thousands of others
Mm-hmm.
from way back. I mean, the roaring lion and the growling tiger. You listen to them fellas' name and name. That's what true to Calypso, right? So I know that I'm in good company,
Right.
right? And there are fellas up there, wherever they are. They are smiling
Because you're roaring
because
in
I'm
this
learning.
time.
So the fact that supporters of certain party,
Mm-hmm.
politicians, I stick in the crowd, I like that. That's good.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, you stuck in my car many a time.
Let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
There are certain things
Mm-hmm.
that must not happen. It just is not natural. That's not what nature made it to be. Right? So, for example, a trade union
Mm-hmm.
was the whole concept and the whole movement was formed in order to combat.
Mm-hmm. The system of
So
oppression.
it cannot be that a system like a trade union is. And it is, oh, this is nice. And imagine the minister, oh, this is
No,
nice.
I don't want to be known as nice.
You have
No.
to stick in the minister.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, you're not doing your work.
Mm-hmm.
In simple.
The Calypsonian.
Politicians are supposed to like politics.
Thank you
If a
for that.
politician like me,
Mm-hmm.
it means that I'm not
Doing
doing
your work.
something right. I'm a sellout. I'm not true to the population. So when you say we think sticking crap, I'm happy there. Right? I'm happy there. But besides that, you know, there are some people who don't understand, and I tell you, I have in all different genres of within the Calypso. So I sing smart, I sing anything. Whatever it is. And some people will tell you why you are a teacher and around you.
Yes, you are PS,
Yeah.
McDonald College. Yeah.
And people don't divorce. You see, because
The roles,
we
the careers,
are
yeah.
not just, we are one person,
but not one-dimensional.
but not one.
Yeah.
So what I would do as a PS, I would do just as
When people meet the softer side of me, meet me in person, they're always surprised
Well-
because they see the militants on the TV or the radio, and then they meet me. And as you know, I'm a very gentle girl. So, yeah, coming to this smutty part, scholar, I didn't see I'm certain GCF didn't really intend for us to go there, but we're going to go there. I have a little girl in my house that we are trying to fashion and mold so that one day she will come and say to us, I've been saved. I want to know where I'm going tomorrow when I die and get baptized. But when she was about a year and a half, there was a song that you sang. And that child listened to that song once and started singing it and jumping up on the bed. And she would ask for that song every day. And now she tells me, I can't wait to get big because I want to go in carnival to wind up my boom boom. That song was Pum Pum. I don't know if you recalled, I recorded her singing it, 1.5-year-old, and sent it to you. That was a song that we weren't so sure about as a society. And it was commentary on something that was happening at the time. Give us a line in Pum Pum. Tell us about Pum Pum.
Pum Pum was probably my most controversial song.
Yeah.
That I've ever sung. I think I lot of stick for it. As a matter of fact, there was one time I had to sing that song, Larry Barry. And Larry Barry has been around.
Yes, he's been in the
And Larry
outcome.
Barry
Yes.
tell me straight out.
You can't sing that.
But
Yeah.
you know, I know worry. I don't. I bother that because and it takes me to bring me out an interview. I remember I had a showdown once with Pastor not Pastor, but his name Tangla and
Augustine Panchu. Panchu, yes. Mm-hmm.
trying to tell me that I am speaking and I'm being homophobic and so on and so forth. And after the program done, I mean,
For me,
because you see, and I'm happy that your daughter would have loved that song. I hope it sticks in her head and that she goes and plays pan.
it's 6 years later. She wants to play pan.
Well, that's what the song is about. You know.
Yes,
She
it's about pan.
and
Yes.
she should go and play pan and help to expand the pan movement so that pan would never die. Because let me tell you, after the year I sang Fubu, that's the most people hearing pan around my
Yes, it was. There was controversy with pan that year. Everybody, yes, wants to be in. Yeah.
All of a sudden, a spotlight was shown on
On
pan,
pan, yes.
and pan started to walk, you know.
With wings. Pan put on skirt.
Pan the thing and pan walking inside.
Yes.
Pan fell. Boom,
Yes,
upon
yes.
itself. People came to see pan and so on and so forth. But you know, the first time I ever sang something, I think it was a meeting and one theory with teacher everything and they in my skin they want me to come and sing something. I said I gotta give her the other. And when I did the first verse, we made a mash up. That's getting that.
So let's mash up the place now. Drop Pum Pum on us.
Boom boom.
Yes.
Oh, what a sweet song. Boom boom. Coming from the Isle drum. Boom boom. I really love it. Boom boom. It's so fantastic. But last carnival was a big bacchanal. We didn't get no steel pan at all. The boom boom did not ring. People start fussing. Some people say it's Brenda, cause it's she who I am. That the joker who put pan in danger. See that? You know that boom boom man.
So, you know what I loved about that song? I loved the elements of Calypso, the puns, the satire. I really love that about it.
And I should to that song was a song that was actually the concept and everything was very brand new. God was his soul. You know, I was home and Brian Griffith sent a little voice note for me, singing this day. I listened it, the first time I listened to it, I couldn't have I laugh at it. So that's a good song, man, good song. They tell me, but you don't want to sing, you don't want that song? So I tell him, well, if I have to take that song, I want to refashion it. Because the way he wrote it there, it was not a double entendre.
Right.
It was a
Straight song, right.
So I had to take it and give it language and give it thing and add the thing about it. Bam, bam. Yeah. So I added a lot of dimensions and then it was 2 verses. So I had the 3rd verse and so on. And that was it. So
Scholar, it's been a journey. You've taken us through twists and turns of your career, which is spanning over 30 years, just about 30 years. Any final words from you? Well, when I say final, any words from you that in terms of your career that you'd want to say to us that I've not asked?
Well, I honestly, when I look back on the career, I don't think I'll change anything. When I started singing Calypso, if anybody had said to me, you will sing for 30 years and you will trickle, I would have happily taken that. In fact, I would have think that I am not doing myself. So taking titles after a lot of hit songs, 10 seconds. I mean, I've done it all, and it is now about, and that's why I have the Calypso bags, bringing up young people and showing that a tree is nourished and it continues to bear fruit. But Calypso is something, it's in my DNA, it's in me. And so even though I try to rest, it ain't working for me. It's just a breeze that was blue. And anytime the breeze blew, I ready to go back. And the bad thing about Calypso is that one of the few things, especially the Calypso, not soca, because you have feel like Michael Vaughan and so on, who can sing soca and do whatever. But in Calypso, when I sing Calypso, the only thing that is very competition. Now there's nothing ready for Calypso, and that's why I would gladly not do competition, but I would sing and continue to sing. But there is no stage really for people to hear other than the tent and the competition and so on. And so it keeps me coming back. I mean, last year, Carnival, I think 7, which was one of my worst shows ever for a Calypso finalist, really. And it was in large part because people felt according to you, I wouldn't have taken last year.
Yes, and there you are back again. Yes. 2 for the road.
So I sang last year in Calypso final, and I looked at people who have supported me in the past, people who have followed my career, and I see them watching them movie and heckling me and so on in Calypso finals. It is thing, and so this year when independence came around, I realized that I have to take part in the independence competition because this was a demand that I basically had to face. And I decided that this is only. When I said I was going to be Calypso competition for independence, first person that called me and started level 1 in these things, they asked me if I'm mad.
To go back.
Where you going back?
Yes.
What's wrong with you? Then people are named the one you. And I said I'm not like that. I have to fly.
You have to.
It's a demand that I have.
Yes, you have to succeed. Yes, absolutely.
And that's why I face it too.
They run them out. They say Grenada is a waste of time. They cast the doubt. They say that the country is in decline. Since 74, and it's like she don't really go nowhere. In fact, they know that she has been in reverse since that day. But I am her son, a devoted one. With me rod and staff, I'm here on her behalf, just to issue a simple message. Exercise some restraint. I want all our children hold some strength. Please hold some strength. Give her some time. She's not yet in her prime. She's only 15.
Give her some time. She's not yet in her prime. She just reached half a century. She's still young, cause many others who are a senior, they all more than road. They in stagnant mode, man, they see in a lot of trouble. Financially, they are unstable. So before you criticize her, please consider she faced rebel Bomb blast and gun, sky red and more. Couldn't keep her down. Mary Yankee come, she's still alive. Many others wonder survive. So you help me see, give us
Sometime.
she
He is only 50. Here sometime. She's not yet in her prime.
just reach
Half
half
a century.
Chorus up your hand and sing it down. Oh, 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 yeah. Oh, oh, yeah.
Oh, 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 oh. She's only 50. Scholar, it's been wonderful, and it's been wonderful. It's been a pleasure sharing this journey and experiencing this journey with you. And we look forward to, you've given us 30 years and more, and we look forward for more to come. And so this concludes our chat with Scholar for the Grenada Cultural Foundation Calypso series. Thank you.
At your throat, all man trying their best to catch our vote, but me I ain't voting none of them. And after what said that I'm sorry, I might just vote MBPM because I know they lose already. Oy, 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 oy. Oy, 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 oy. I'm misleading people quite badly. They say it's plain to see that I love this country.
Welcome to the Calypso series, a production of the Grenada Cultural Foundation designed to educate and entertain as we reminisce on the creative musical geniuses of the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Let's take a journey down Calypso memory lane.